so it's a pre-war design, used quite successfully in the desert. It's a recce vehicle. It's designed to have good cross-country capabilities. It's armed with a 2cm gun and with another of these at the rear end of the column. Behind the 222 is an SDKF Z251. Coming into the arena from the left-hand side, you can see there is a US Army recon unit. They are pushing forward. You can see they're led by an M8 Greyhound armoured car. That is a recce vehicle. It's relatively light armour. It's a six-wheeler, all-wheel drive. British Army didn't really like it. They thought it was underpowered. They thought it was good. Behind the Greyhound is a Jeep, that's the command vehicle. And then you've got a Dodge weapons carrier with a 50 caliber machine gun. The trap has been struck. The MG42 is firing. They are scoring hits on the softer American vehicles, on the Jeep and on the Dodge. The Greyhound is pulling back, and there is a tank making its way around. This is a Chaffee. Chaffee is a light tank, largely used for reconnaissance purposes. It's got a 75mm gun, which is a reasonably useful piece of kit, but it is lightly armoured. So the chances are the Chaffee crew are going to think twice. No, the Chaffee has thought better of it. He's coming under fire and he is pulling back to await reinforcements. So effectively it is round one to the Wehrmacht. They have knocked out a couple of American vehicles. They've pushed the troops back. Left hand side of the arena we have a Sherman. A bit later on in the afternoon you'll hear quite a lot more about the Sherman, but this is the most prolific produced tank of World War II, with the exception of Russian T-34. Over 50,000 Shermans were produced, and it is armed with 75mm gun. They were popular, their crews, they were reliable, but they were prey to German heavy armour. If a Sherman came up against something like a Tiger, those of you who've seen the Fury will know what happens. But the two tanks are coming through. The Chaffee has pulled round to assist the Sherman. The Sherman's moving round, they're traversing the turrets round towards the German position. Chaffee's firing. Return fire coming from the Panzer Grenadiers. If you're in one of these vehicles, you hear the rounds pinging off the outside. Sherman is pulling round. He is getting into a firing position. Sherman's firing. Chaffee's pulling round. There are rounds dropping in amongst the defenders. It's now down to whether the Sherman and the Chaffee actually think they can take the position, or whether they're going to need to call for more reinforcements, make absolutely certain. The Chaffee and the Sherman are now awaiting reinforcements. The Allied army is retreating. There's a counter-attack going on. Lots of rounds cracking across the battlefield. We can only think that reinforcements are on their way. And here they are. Another part of the formation is moving forward. There is another Sherman. And behind that is a very familiar vehicle for anyone who knows anything about the US Army in World War II. It's an M16 half-track armed with a quad 50-pound machine gun. Now this is a ferocious weapon. It was designed as a light anti-aircraft gun to discourage low-flying aircraft. Used against ground targets, you can imagine the impact of 4 50 caliber machine guns. It got nicknamed the meat chopper from the effect that it had on positions. Sherman is firing. The other 222 is trying his luck. He's moved up into a firing position. He's looking. MG42 is firing. American infantry coming up. 222 has been hit, has been knocked out, and US infantry are deployed on the ground. They have bazookas and they're running forward to set up a mortar as well. Infantry moving forward, deploying foreign movement. Putting very heavy weight of fire down on the German defenders. Bazooka has scored a hit on the SDKS at 251. It's knocked that vehicle out. So we've got 2 German vehicles, both knocked out. Panzer Grenadiers are realising that the tide is turned against them. They are starting to withdraw back one strategic band. There's still the Hetzer to take care of. The weight of fire dropping down on the German position. The US infantry are getting close enough not just to use rifles but also to use Thompson submachine gun, a short-range weapon. Panzer Grenadiers are putting up a stiff fight. They are returning fire. US troops are now dropping mortar rounds down around Pack 38. Pack 38, as I said, its crew are going to be very vulnerable to small arms and mortar fire. And their Hetzer in the background has decided that discretion is the better part of valor. He's pulling back. Allied troops moving in. Panzer Grenadier retreating, taking casualties. US Army is winning the firefight, the armour is moving forward. Pack 38 has been knocked out, its crew have been killed by mortar fire. And now you have the US infantry moving in to finish things off. This is where infantry come into their own. Boots on the ground to take enemy position. Lots of fire going on. Both the 222 has been knocked out, the Pack has been knocked out, the Hanomag, and the Hetzer is retreating. Now the Greyhound and the M16 are moving up. Panzergrenadier are attempting a fighting retreat, but I think they've been penned into a corner, and effectively their formation has ceased to exist, lost all its vehicles.